Hello, that was Caleb, and this is a very unique video. I'm actually just got done going to church a couple days ago. On my video, someone commented and said, "Hey, we have some comics. Do you want them?" A viewer, obviously, of the channel. So he went to my fan page on Facebook and we messaged, and I remembered him being local in Macon. So if you know Fincher's Barbecue, I mean him there, he works there. And so yeah, we're meeting him to pick up some comic books. Then we'll come back here, show off and promote his channel. He has a YouTube channel as well, so we'll give him a shout out. But first we gotta go pick up the comic books. Alright, we got the comic books in a bag there. We'll throw up a screenshot of when they contacted me. It is Troy and the channel, and Troy and Kippy, and the channel is Kippy Love. So go check out their channel. They're local here to me, which is great. He had these comic books just lying around, and he said, "Do you want them?" And I said, "Sure, I will take them." So we're going back home. We're going to show the comic books that I got from Troy and Kippy. And it's just been, this year has been just overflowing with people reaching out, connecting. I love hearing stories and different things about certain people's collections, or getting stuff from neighbors, from friends, just building up a community. And my heart is full. I'm overwhelmed with all the friendships that I've made through this channel, through other YouTubers, through Disney, through conventions, whatever the case may be. I consider this group like family, and I appreciate everybody that watches and stays tuned to the channel. So let's go back and check out what all Troy and Kippy gave me. He gave me a sneak peek kind of under the curtain, but I've not seen everything. So let's go back and check out the collection. We are just going to dive in. 9% of these were, probably a little more, probably like 94% of these were bagged, and most of those bagged were boarded. But a little dusty, understandably. They've been sitting up, so we took them out of the bags and we're going to dust, make sure everything's clean. Then we'll log them into my collections app and bag them, put them all in the boxes, the long boxes I have. So that's the reason they're not bagged right now, but we'll clean them up. Most of them are in pristine condition, though. The True Story of Smokey and the Bear, or Smokey Bear, that's the Mandela effect. It's like the Flintstones, how that's spelled. It's weird how your mind thinks of stuff, but it's Smokey Bear, not Smokey the Bear. And I have a few Xena. I don't think I have issue 12. I think I have like one or two, maybe like 4, issue 4. So that's cool. And a lot of these were Loot Crate. I never got into Loot Crate boxes. They would send you like Comic-Con merch and some comic book issues. I did get into the Stan Lee boxes. Oh, I wish those were back. They had one in the pipeline I believe box 8, 7 or 8. But that was right the time where Stan did his last Comic-Con appearance and then his health kind of declined. They did do one for Joan, his wife, when she passed. But, and I got into a few, like Wizard World boxes, they would do some, but never Loot Crate, so it's good to have these. And Josh mentioned this should be a movie. Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York. Both characters in there. That would be a fantastic film, but glad to have the comic issue of that. Then Robotech 2, The Sentinels. Now I have a few Robotech, not the second ones, but I have the original run, a couple of those. But I don't have any of the second series there, the Sentinels. Then this is a thicker, almost like a graphic novel, Star Wars Adventures, Destroyer Down. So good to have some Rey. I don't think I have any Rey issues. So that's cool. Have some newer Star Wars issues, but fill me in. Wasn't this the robot from Rogue One? Why would he be with Rey? Fill me in. Josh didn't know either, and he's more into Star Wars than I am. So that's interesting. Then the Uncanny X-Men 333. All Hands Against Them. I love the Uncanny X-Men artwork. Just great, especially when you like the Claremont run of X-Men and getting to that. Now this is great, and one of, if not my favorite video game, this is Killer Instinct. Now, I believe this is the re-release, maybe not, let's see. This could be the original run. 1996, so maybe, yeah, okay. Because they did redo the game with new characters and kind of updated graphics, but this is cool. Nintendo Power, Killer Instinct. Me and Josh almost daily would play Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo when we would have our buddies from the neighborhood and school and church come over. We would challenge them either to Top Gear, which we were both pretty proficient at, or Killer Instinct. And me and Josh both had our characters. Josh was Django, if I'm remembering correctly, the guy on front here. I believe his name is Django. And then I would always be the Mohawk axe-wielding guy. What was his name? Comment down below his name. I should know. Jago is this guy's name, and Orchid. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. But that is very cool to have. A Nintendo Power comic book. I didn't know Nintendo Power did comic book issues. Then we have Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. That is very cool. And this is one issue I don't have, which is rare for Spider-Man comic books. I do have this one, but we'll compare. I think mine might be in better shape, but we'll see. And then we have some Bruce Lee issues. These are great. Malibu Comics. They've done some cool runs in the past. Cool to have some Bruce Lee. Now, I don't have Bruce Lee, but I have a couple Kato issues. So that'd be good to pair those together. Then I do collect Wizard, the Wizard magazine. It's like a comic game type issue talking all things nerdum. So that is very cool to have. Then some Tomb Raider Journeys. And just a regular Tomb Raider. I have like a couple of Tomb Raiders where she teamed up with another heroine. I believe it was Witchblade. I think it was a Tomb Raider Witchblade team up, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't have too many of those. And I don't have that Batman issue either. And then Wonder Woman and is it Tigra or Tigra? Tigress. So that's cool. Not a Wonder Woman I don't have. Then I'm positive I have that issue there of Spider-Man. Healthy Heroes. That's cool. You got the team there. Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus. Okay. Alien. That makes me think of that movie, which is not good. But that's cool to have a Frankenstein issue. Some Sonic the Hedgehog. Because I don't have many Universal Monster comic book issues. I have that Batman issue, that's okay. Battlestar Galactica, which is a series I need to get into. I think I just picked up season 2, I believe. Tomb Raider, and that is some cool artwork there with the dinosaur bones. Kind of a more realistic issue there. Very cool. Then some Spider-Man. I do not believe I have any of these, which is great. Add to the collection, because I have a pretty healthy Spider-Man collection, obviously being my favorite. So it's rare to come across issues that I don't have. And Silver Sable, that's cool. They were going to do a Silver Sable movie a while back, but I guess they decided not to. None of these I have, which is great. And it's weird that I know what I have and what I don't on comic books. Not so much movies. I do have a base knowledge, but with so many, like 13,000 something was my last count. On comics, I have less. I have like 3,300 and something. A little more now, but it's weird how the mind works, and you remember ones you have and don't have. But none of these artworks are familiar. I do have, I believe, The Descent Part 1 or 2, because I do remember this guy, but not in that pose. Sudden Impact. Then we get to a bunch of Wonder Woman, which is great. And I have a few Wonder Woman, but not like a whole bunch. So it's cool to beef up a certain collection of Wonder Woman, a certain character. And this is, I believe, was this the first run of Wonder Woman? Fantastic first issue. This might be 87. I want to say maybe there was one before that, maybe not. But that would be great if this was like the first run of Wonder Woman. In the 80s, especially being an 80s baby, the end of 88, the end of the 80s in 88, that's cool. That's a cool issue there. I want to say he did the comics before that, way before the 80s, so this is probably like the second or third run. And then I believe that is Spectre there in the background. Then some more Spider-Man. Now, I want to say I have this one. I could be wrong on that. And then the Mutant Agenda. That's a good series and a good run there. Then Uncanny X-Men. Yeah. Exodus. That's someone you don't see very often. And some more X-Men here. Then Dragon Lance. So some sword and sandal, kind of like a mystical comic. Then Brigade, which I do have a couple issues of. I want to have like the first issue. And Extreme Sacrifice. So pretty cool. I love to get some Image comic books, especially like Spawn and Wildcats. So that's neat to have. Then, I don't think I have any Doctor Who. So that's cool to have. Put out by Marvel. They did put out a bunch of like other stuff other than their like main characters. Speaking of Spawn, here he is, Todd McFarlane at his absolute peak. Then Wolverine. And these are cool. Spider-Man Classics, issue 3. I'm not sure if I have issue 3. But that was a good series, Classics. And Marvel Fanfare, most of you might not be familiar with this run, but it was cool. They did certain storylines and had some cool artwork. Oh, more Wonder Woman. And there is Robin. If I can, there we go. There's Robin in the background. Street Fighter. That's cool. Ooh, is this a new age Harley Quinn? I believe it is. That's very cool. 4001 AD. And that's a thick issue there. Now, yeah, okay. And I'm like, this cannot be a first issue of Action Comics. Otherwise, I would be freaking out. But it's a Loot Crate re-release. It came with this like certificate of authenticity. The special edition reprint is exclusive to Loot Crate. So you got Action Comics #1, which was Superman's first issue, and then you have the first appearance of the Justice League, and this also came with a slip, so that is very cool. I love, especially with comics, to have stuff like that, little inserts. Then Spider-Man and Morbius. It's Morbin time. We're never going to let that go. Star Trek The Next Generation. Cool to have. I think I have 1 or 2 Star Trek. The Amazing Spider-Man. Ooh, I believe this is the Identity Crisis. I have a couple, not this one. This was the finale, Trial by Jury. That's very cool. And last but not least, we end with Wonder Woman. That is very cool. Issue number 51. So, again, we'll put up a screenshot of their channel. Thank you. Kippy Love is the channel. Thank you, Kippy. Thank you, Troy. Locals here to Macon. Thanks for these great issues. And surprisingly, most of the comics I don't have, which is great to add to the collection. So if you want to send me stuff lying around your house, movies, comics, I collect a bunch. go to my Facebook page and you can message me there and we can work something out. So thanks again for your generosity, Troy and Kippy. Keep collecting, guys. Keep putting it out there that you collect stuff. Until next time, keep collecting.